Thank you all for coming. So excited for this. This is our first virtual Women in Tech event. And usually, we're on campus. So to be able to do this and still engage with everyone and be able to and connect is definitely amazing. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kyra Thomas. I am an admissions counselor, but I also oversee Women in Tech at the school. I am an advisor for the Women in Tech Club, and I oversee the Women in Tech Scholarship. Also, part of my role here at the college is I am one of the first point of contacts when somebody does apply to the school or is kind of looking into it. So if we haven't met already, hi. Hopefully we'll be talking a lot more after this. So I just want to start out by giving a small presentation about the schools to get you a little more acclimated, and then we're going to hear from our panel. And then if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat or save them for the end, and then we can go from there. Sounds good? And I'm very interactive, so if you do have any questions, feel free to let us know even in the midst of the PowerPoint, okay? So I am going to share my screen. So for those of you who know nothing about BFIT or a little bit about BFIT, we are located right in what we call the heart of Boston on 41 Berkeley Street. Luckily, right now, we have a lot of people who you would see around the school in this session. We have a few deans, the Dean of Student Success, we have the Associate Dean of Admissions, the Director of Admissions. So some of the faces that you will see in this presentation are some of the friendly faces you will see once you do decide to come to BFIT. So here at BFIT, our mission is to provide an affordable education, an affordable urban, an affordable education. Let's start there. So we're very passionate about our students, and our goal is that we provide an environment that you won't come across anywhere else. That when you do come to BFIT, you leave with an experience that, makes you want to tell other people. And as you'll hear from our panel, it's been working so far. And the thing that I like so much is that with BFIT, there are multiple avenues that help to support you. So there is the Success Center, there is student wellness, there's the tutoring center, there's disability services. There are multiple groups on campus, multiple things that are put in place to assist you be as successful as you want to be as a student. So we are a college that goes up to 4 years, your bachelor's degree. We start out on the certificate level, which our programs are automotive technology, CAD and SolidWorks, CNC machinery, cybersecurity, electronic technology, HVAC and R technology, network and system support, practical electricity, software development, and web design and multimedia. So if you are somebody who didn't know what any of those mean, we specialize in technology and trade fields. So you can start out in a program that might be 8 months, and if you want to advance in that, we go up to 4 years. We also have our associate's degrees, which, as I said, you can start on a certificate level. So like our automotive program, you're able to advance into the associate's degree and then the bachelor's degree. We have the opticianry program, which one of our panelists you'll hear from, she is a graduate from the opticianry program, and our other panelist is a graduate from the health IT program. We have electrical engineering, health IT, And here at BFIT, what we do is, our goal is to make sure that once you finish your program, you go into the field that you are looking for, and that it is something that you can do long-term. So we're constantly adjusting our program to make sure that we align with our industry partners and that you can be successful in any way that you want to be successful. And one of those things is that we connect you with the success team in career services. So while you're a student, pretty much from the moment you register to the moment you leave, you are attached with somebody from the success team, which is your advisor, and they help you with registration. They help you if you need tutoring. They help you if you are anything academic wise, they're there to assist you. And then if it is something else that isn't academic, they will put you in connection with people who can assist you outside of that. So we have a social worker. And the thing about BFIT, because we are so special, just because a department is assigned to do a specific thing doesn't mean that we can't assist you. So we strive to make sure that we are all connected so that, okay, if you come to me with a problem and I might not be able to help you, I can send you to somebody else who will be able to help you and assist you much better. But our goal, like I said, is to be support and to make sure you are as successful as you possibly can be. And another part of that is career services. So while you are a student, you will take classes that help you build your resume, help you prepare for interviews. And towards the latter part of your career at BFIT, you will have the opportunity to meet with industry partners. As of right now, I believe we have over 70 plus industry partners that come to BFIT specifically in the spring just to meet with you as a student. And even outside of that, our teachers strive to, connect you with industry partners. So if a teacher might see that, this is what you want to do and you are striving in class and you are showing your passion, they might connect you with an industry partner. Like for me, a little backstory, I am currently enrolled in the HVAC program. And I've had moments where we've had industry partners come into the classroom and talk to us and engage with us. And that's something that you don't always get at larger schools. So that is something that makes BFIT very special. And working in admissions and working with students, we definitely recognize your ultimate goal is to prepare for your future, prepare for your career. So we want to align with that. Here at the school, although we are what we call a commuter school, we still want to give you that college experience. So we have clubs on campus, we have leadership opportunities. A part of career services is connecting you with internships if that's something that you want to do. Just making sure that you might not get the residential aspect of college, but we want you to still get that holistic experience as a student. So here, that brings us to today, women in technology, my passion. So I've been overseeing women in technology for the past 3 years. And in talking to some of our industry partners and people who work in the school, women in technology is in such a high demand right now. With trades and technology fields, the people who are on the field are slowly moving out. They are in their 50s plus, and it's time for them to retire. And they're looking for more people to take over. And one of the things that they talk about is women. They want to see more women in the field. And unfortunately, a lot of women don't know about the opportunities in the field. They don't know a lot of the opportunities in the trades and in technology. And right now, only 60% of leadership, only 60% of the leadership in technology industry is women. And a quarter of the STEM jobs are held by women. That's only 25%. The thing about working in trades and working in technology, these are fields that have so much opportunity for growth, financially, educationally, just it's there, but getting more women to know that this is a thing is really the point of us having women in technology conferences and even this virtual session, so that we can spread the word. And part of that initiative was coming up with the Women in Technology Scholarship. So currently, if you are a woman at BFIT and you show that you are interested in technology and in the school and that you're passionate about it, we offer up to $5,000 scholarship. You automatically qualify because you're a woman and because, our passion is to help you be great. So if we could take a little bit off your plate, why not? And with that, I do encourage students to engage in leadership on campus. We've had, some of our past, we call them tech queens, some of our past tech queens, they've held panels, they've worked with the success team, they've helped run orientation. Like, you get to see them active on campus, and the goal is to build up their leadership on campus so that they can strive and be leaders in their fields. So now that brings us to admissions. So right now, if you are in high school, you're being talked to a lot about the process to apply for schools and financial aid and things like that. So in order to apply to BFIT, we have a very short application that takes roughly 15 minutes. And it really is just more for us to get a better understanding of you as a student. We recognize every single student is completely different. And our hope is that no matter what your background is, no matter what your experience before us was, that when you do come to BFIT, this can be home and we can just help you get to where you want to be. So we do require the application, and then we require high school or college transcripts. And if you don't have those, but you have a GED or a high set, we accept that as well. As far as financial aid, we're lucky enough to have Shawnee Wilkerson, who is our Director of Financial Aid. Shawnee, do you want to say hello?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's session. As Kyra said, the mission is to make sure that BFIT is providing an affordable education for anybody who is seeking a career in the tech industry. So I hope that along with the other offices on campus that you find yourself familiar with financial aid and, welcome you to campus, hopefully in the fall.
Thank you. So, like I said earlier, we want to make the transition to BFIT as smooth as possible. So we want to work with our students in many ways. If that means helping you fill out the FAFSA, if that means helping you figure out, financially how you're gonna afford the school. We really don't want that to be a reason why you decide not to go to the school. So people like Shawnee, people like myself, we will assist you until you are sitting in those seats, and then we'll go from there. Does anybody have any questions so far? So if there's no questions, I want to briefly introduce the panel, which I said we are lucky enough to have two alumni who came to BFIT and they did their program and they are now currently working in the field. We also have a department chair who is also a BFIT alumni to just talk about their experience as a woman in the technology field, a woman at BFIT, I'm very big on, your own story, because everybody's story is completely different and you can always learn from that. So Darlene, Leslie, Manu, do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
I can begin if anyone, it's okay. Thank you, Kyra, for the presentation. I really loved it. I thank everyone who organized the meeting as well. My name is Darlene Lopez. I'm a former graduate from BFIT. I graduated with 2 degrees. One was an associate, one was in technology business management. I graduated in 2019 of that, and then I felt like I needed more, and I went for my bachelor's degree and health information technology, and I graduated back in May 2019. It was very eager to be with BFIT, learning the process of being a young professional at the time, out of, having so many curiosities, points for me to understand, and thank God I had the right people at BFIT to guide me and pointed to the right directions and asking questions as well. That's me as of right now. I would like to say a little bit about myself now. I'm from Peru, South America. Been in the United States for quite a while, 15 years. When I arrived to the country, I didn't speak much the language, but I had to relearn things that I already know, which is to speak better than different language. It was fun. It was challenges. It was things that I didn't know and still not knowing and continue to learning as well. I got the opportunity to work in the restaurant industry from the time I arrived to the country back in 2006. Since then, I moved on to different areas, working in the restaurant industry. That's how I met someone from BFIT. I don't know if this were related to, but this person was husband of Jackie Cornell. He was the one who actually pointed up to BFIT and connect me with the amazing Jackie. Since then, I have having so many directions, and it's just the key point, asking questions: where you want to go, what are you going to do? And I didn't have those answers at the time, but thank you to the guidance that I received from BFIT. It allowed me to open questions such as like, I know what I wanted to do. And that was my starting points. And then my career I said career because it's the start of your career. Meanwhile, you are at school, because there are people who are reaching out to you for questions, reaching out what you want to do. And since then, you're just the beginning of your professional young life. That was enough for me to provide for myself, answers that back in the day were not answered. I love being in BFIT, having the one-on-one every day with my professors, getting out of the way to answer my questions. I was always curious to know what's up there, what's next. I appreciate my mentor at the time was Sean Ayala. He always was on time with me, text messages, emails, and things like that. I love that. Sometimes I forget the meetings and he will be there, Lenny, you're going to be in such and such a place today. And I will be like, okay, great. That's what we need, right? Guidance. Sometimes we keep tracking things as a new student. And I utilize a lot the Success Center. That was my time at BFIT. I worked for BFIT as well. I started as an internship. I had such a good time that I had the opportunity to work for BFIT as well as a financial aid assistant. It was an amazing experience that I learned so much from all of the staff. And that's what I said. If you have any questions regarding to FAFSA and how to apply and all of that, BFIT has the right tools to actually do that. I was part of that, and I said that it's such a joy to help students like myself, thinking back when I was a student and what did I needed, what was the question. So that's how I ended up working for BFIT. And eventually I graduate and I said a goodbye to BFIT, and a good BFIT still in my heart. But now I'm working in the current position, which is related to project management. I'm in a associate software analysis now. I had to do a lot with the project management. Anyone who's familiar with Jira Line, Scrum frameworks and things like that, helping projects to move forward in the technology phases. I'm a woman in technology. I'm with Kyra. I love technology, and here's where we are. We need more women that it can be up to the day, with technology. I want to be mindful of everyone's time. I would like to give the floor to anyone. And if you have any questions, I'm here to answer too.
Manu, Leslie.
Sure, I could go next. Can everybody hear me? Good. Okay. Hi, I'm Leslie Tuplin. I'm currently chair of the Construction Management Department, and I want to thank everybody for putting this meeting together. what I tell my students right off the bat when they come into the construction management department is the best thing about me is that I'm a BFIT alum, and I stress that simply because Benjamin Franklin Institute of Technology really made and changed my life. I know this is a group of women in technology, and when I was at then Franklin Institute in the architectural program, there were not many women within the college. So sometimes I think to myself, what a great secret that we need to share with everyone, right? In terms of providing opportunity. One of the most amazing things is being able to study something you're passionate about, graduate, and then be able to make a living. And so over the years, before I came back to BFIT to teach, I always wondered, I would tell every young lady that or anybody that would listen probably, that this is something that's really fun, right? Why not go to college, have fun, and when you're finished, you're working in an industry that you liked ahead of time, right? So I know that some of the graduates from the construction management department recently were interviewed for a number of different reasons. And I get a tremendous amount of feedback from students, even after they graduate, telling me things like, I love my job. Can you believe I'm working on this? And that really goes a long way to kind of complete the circle, right? So Benjamin Franklin Institute of Technology is an amazing school. The one-on-one, as everybody had already mentioned, the availability of staff, the facilities, the relationships that you make. That was something that I had in my life when I was 17 and I came to BFIT. And the best thing about that is that that type of relationship, mentoring, and esteem building is still available. So I encourage everybody to, join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Mina?
Hi, I'm Monu. I'm Monu Shrestha. I graduated from Benjamin Franklin in 2017 as an optician. I'm working currently at Warby Parker as a licensed optical manager. The journey was really fun for me. I was always roaming around to find a major which I would love. I was going Bunker Hill Community College at the time, trying to find something that I like and passionate about to be a graduate from. But I was really struggling with the courses. So one time when I was working in a cafeteria, administration from the Benjamin Franklin came over and she started talking with me. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, how is your study going and everything? That's how I heard about Benjamin Franklin and the opticianry program. And I was really interested when she said, because I've been wearing glasses since our childhood and knowing like how these things are made. And there is a course for the glasses as well, made me really interested. And I joined the Benjamin Franklin. And before I graduated, I did already got the job confirmation because there was a career fair that happened in the Benjamin Franklin before I graduated. And I got the opportunity like from 3 different places to join, even before I graduated from the BFIT. So the opportunity we get from the Benjamin Franklin is really great for all the students. So I love that. And that's how I got the job in 2017. I started my job as a student optician with my ABO certification. And I did my NCLE, the board exam and the practical exam. And since 2017, I already became an optical license manager for the one of the Newberry Street of the Warby Parker. So I definitely encourage my friends, like any sales advisor working in my stores, to join BFIT. And I always talk about the BFIT programs for the opticians, like how great they are and how well paid for the women's. Nowadays, like most people think that the pay is not that good enough or anything, but if you go to the Benjamin Franklin and you have the degree from there, you are really in a great place to get higher paid as well. So I have already sent my sister to join the program, and she is graduating this year from Benjamin Franklin, and she is a happy one as well. So I'm really happy. I always try to push my apprentice under my license to join Benjamin Franklin if they have having any struggles to join certain classes that they need, which I believe Benjamin Franklin also provides to do certain classes for the students and apprentice. So I always encourage them to do that. And I'm loving my job. I love the school 2-year program and all the FAFSA help, all the scholarship help that I utilized everything when I was in school. So I'm really grateful for the Benjamin Franklin for where I am today. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So we do have a few questions for you, and then if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Can you just tell us what a overview of a day would be like in your field?
So I have to take care of my apprentices as well. Like I train them to do the jobs, everything in this business, and I help to like build any new sales advisor who joins Warby Parker to train them about the optical field. Even they are the sales advisor, I do have to give them like certain kind of the things that we can do in the optical store just to maintain all the optical standards running the store. So I take care of those things, and I have like 4 apprentices in my store. So I tell them, I teach them how to use lensometer, how to check the glasses, the prescriptions, and if there is any troubles with the glasses for the customers, how to check that. So my daily life is more like teaching and giving and taking like all the information. I do have a couple of students working still in the BFIT in my store, and Gentasia and Michaela, they both work with me. So yeah, I exchange with them like what are the new things that you guys are learning, because the technology changed really quick. Since I started, there are so many changes. They are learning a little bit differently than how I learned. So we always do like a little bit of exchange of study section at the work, so that my apprentice can also keep up with the new technology and the new information, and I can also give my experience throughout these years I got.
Darlene, what does a day look like for you?
A day look for me, I see. I work in a technology field, and being is project management tools that I use, we run a lot of projects applications that we need to keep upgrading. There is a software called Jira and Jira Line. Jira, it takes projects in 2 weeks to sprint, and sometimes it goes to 1 week, 2 weeks, months, years. So we project the times and meet with my team every day to actually figure out what we're gonna do next every day. It's providing updates. I facilitate for my team. I help understand the projects that we are going through, what's the upgrade that's coming up, such as a SQL Server upgrade. It could be other SQL servers that we are using. It's pretty much helping facilitate, helping making solution for dependencies that we have. It's a little bit of everything. Meetings all days and calls all days, virtual connections, trying to find out what my needs are as a project management solution. I'm as a Scrum Master as well. It's my role. It does a little bit of everything. I manage, I organize, I create solutions, I liberate dependencies and things like that. That's my daily days that I go through with my team. Personally, I try to have a note that I'm going to, and I'm with a notebook right now. I try to line up everything that I do to actually help my team in each environment that we have. We work with deployments a lot, something that I learned from BFIT as well in the computer science classes. It's very evolving. Technology is changing. Today we have one scope, and the next day the scope changed. So we are constantly making changes to our projects, and I'm the one who facilitates the petition solutions and creating a good environment, a friendly environment where everyone can actually help each other and moving forward with our project.
Thank you. Leslie, I'm going to switch the question up just a little bit because you gave us an extra perspective. So can you let us know what a day looked like in the field, but also, you know, you expanded from that and you became a department chair overseeing it. So what brought you to that transition?
Well, you know, it was, I should just say number one, and I just mentioned this previously, is that Benjamin Franklin Institute of Technology kind of like opened my eyes to a whole industry that I had not really previously known a whole lot about. Okay. And so when one of the things, after we had gone out on a couple of site visits, I thought to myself, gee, maybe I could even work outside, or maybe I could use my class knowledge and then maybe do field engineering work or something along those lines. And so after I'd worked in the industry for a little while, some opportunities started to present themselves. And I also like to say, when an opportunity presents itself, the only thing that you should do is raise your hand, because I'll just say, particularly in the construction management end, all work is good work. Okay. And so I was able to take a lot of the management skills in like progress reports and scheduling and estimating and understanding how systems worked. And I mean like systems as in like sanitary systems and engineering systems. And I was able to go out onto the job site and work, you know, as, I guess I would call it an apprentice or an assistant PM, and become familiar with how buildings not only were designed, but how we implemented the construction of those actually in the field. And what's really nice about the construction management industry is that the work that you would be doing in the office in the planning stages is parallel, except a much bigger percentage when you're in the field. So again, opportunities present themselves, whether people like to do scheduling work or estimating work, maybe walk around the job and take pictures and something along that line. So a lot of opportunity was provided for me along the way. And as additional opportunities presented themselves, I realized also that I needed to like cross-train. And so I went on to get a civil engineering degree, and then I went on to get a master's in science and construction management. But I did that because doors were opening for me based on, you know, my architectural knowledge that I had from studying with BFIT. So I've had incredible opportunities working on very large projects in the Boston area. I was able, because of my training and my experience, I logged enough hours where I was able to get my unrestricted contractor's license in 2003, which, you know, is not, is another major milestone for a female in the construction industry, right? So, you know, I'm able to pull permits, I'm able to build my own projects. Under my own license and my own company, I've done a lot of commercial work in the city of Boston. So, yeah, I could go on because I've had so much fun along the way. But all of those opportunities, like one built on top of the next, and that built on the next, and more education and more opportunity. And I was, over the years, I stayed involved with BFIT, and I came to campus and I did some workshops, and I talked about what I was doing with my career at the time, working on the Central Artery project, working on some, you know, large residential projects in Boston and Brookline. And so I was able to come back. I stayed pretty connected, because once you're part of the BFIT family, you want to stay connected. So I went to a breakfast and I met some folks, and then I said that, you know, if BFIT ever needed anything, I was available, and I had, and so the phone call came. They were looking for a professor to teach land surveying. And again, guess what, who raised their hand? Because every opportunity is a good opportunity and we never know where those are going to lead. So I came back to teach and taught for probably about a year and a half, and was then provided with the opportunity to become the chairperson of the construction management department. So now that I've just said all that, I look back and it's pretty phenomenal that this industry and my launching pad into the industry was Benjamin Franklin Institute of Technology, and here I am back now, you know, hopefully inspiring and helping the next generation. And it always, just from the female perspective, I've seen a lot of change over the years. There's one thing that I will say about construction management is that it provides a ton of opportunity, whether you like architecture, whether you like heavy construction, whatever you happen to like. But when you have your degree and you have some experience, very often your knowledge and your ability to be a team member will supersede all diversity, right? So that, you know, once you have your internship and you show them how smart you are, then you have plenty of opportunities. So, and that's what we're striving for. So I hope everybody will join us this coming fall.
I would like just to piggyback Leslie's point. It's being as a woman and the technology. It's how you want to be. Picture yourself in the future. What do you want to reach out for yourself? I always have a goal myself to try and improve myself. You have a help from BFED from the start. I'm gonna say that I had those help from the start to the end. It can get easily to start if you ask questions, if you involve yourself with the community of BFED. Say always you don't know or you need help, because saying those keywords, it will allow you to the next step, because sometimes we're trying to do a lot of stuff by yourself. But when we have a great help like BFED, it's a wonderful community that you will be in, reaching out since the admissions, financial aid, get into your classes, meeting your teachers, meeting your classmates, and meeting your mentors, and meeting the potential being a candidate for the Women in Technology since the start. It's a good opportunity that you find a BFED. It will take you, it will show how smart you are already. Being here is how I can say it's the first step you are doing it right now. Utilize those tools and help us help you. Let a BFED help you, because we always need help and guidance to be able to reach out to be a successful woman. We always need help. And I gotta say, my name is Darlene Lopez. You can find me also on LinkedIn. You can if you want to reach out by messages and see how my experience was at BFED too, or any guidance that I can do too, I'll be happy to do that too as well. But BFED has done so much for me that I would like to share offline too, if you'd like to.
So does anybody have any questions for the panelists or about admissions or financial aid?
I would just like to say one more thing, and this kind of echoes what the other two speakers talked about, is that when you have the opportunity to have an opportunity, it is very worthwhile to think about some of the skills that you already have. So when I teach a project management class, I often think, let's see, everybody got up this morning, everybody got their, whatever, lunch together, everybody took a shower, everybody got on their transportation, and they made it to class. There are a lot of skills that that we already have, right? So there's also an opportunity to take those skills and put them into a specific technology field. So don't sell yourself short. Realize that what you already have is good, and you can expand on that. It's something that you like to do.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good
Can
afternoon.
you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi. My name is Kaisa. Hi, everybody. I just have a quick question about a program that I'm actually interested in, and I just wanted to know if I do want to start with a certificate, which, from my understanding, is only an 8-month program. Would it be possible for me, if I wanted to pursue my education, to just like come back to the school and just continue to get my associate?
Yes. So we definitely recognize every single student is different. Their path is different. And as you heard from our panelists, everyone's different. So, if you feel like starting out with the certificate program is, what's best for you at that moment, we definitely welcome students to come back. Darlene, for example, she is definitely a testament to that. Somebody who
Hello?
one program and then came back and did another program. So we
Hello?
definitely encourage that. Hello?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? We have another question. Jerica wrote in the chat, thank you for all your personal experience stories. It was very inspiring, which actually brings me to a question. So what is the best career advice you guys have ever received? What is something someone has said to you that you have kept with you throughout your journey as a woman in technology?
Can I start first? Go for it, Manu. Go for it, Manu.
Yeah, for me, coming to the United States and English not being my first language, I always doubted on myself, like if I'll be able to be any kind of in the manager role, or like I can even handle any kind of the pressures. Like I always doubted myself just because like, how can I can be in the manager role? And my professors, they always encourage me, like, you have what you have, you don't know like how good you are. You just have to work on it and like shine it. So my professor Debbie, I was with her in the class, and we get all the visitors in the schools. They always encourage, like, they love to talk, and they always gave me the positive vibe to talk, like, don't be shy. If you still like you're shy, or you think like you doubt yourself, you will never be able to overcome with your fear. So like, don't be scared, and don't be scared to make a mistakes. If any time you feel like you're going to make a mistake and it's going to change everything, it's not going to happen like that. You're always welcome to do like things you want and pursue the career. Because when I started my school, I also was like, oh my God, I don't know anything about eyes. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna pass like all these different tests from the states and everything. So I was when I started my career as a student or as a working in the optical field, I always get scared to try new things. I always doubted on myself. So my professors, they always encouraged me, like, they trust me more than I trusted myself, and they gave me the encouragement to do and push myself. So as soon as I became the licensed optical manager working from the Warby Parker, I became supervisor within 1.5 months, because they trusted the way I work, the way I was doing things in the store. They already knew like I was qualified for the manager role. So they always push me, and I stopped thinking about myself. Like, if I do this, what's going to be the result? I just did my job, and I didn't thought about like what this going to happen, like if what others going to think about me. So the best advice I got, and like, don't be afraid to do a mistake. If there is like, you just have to push yourself and do it. And that's how I feel like I am still here as a manager in the store.
Hey, Kyra. Hi. I was, when I first asked you a question, the Zoom kind of got disconnected and I did not hear a word of what you said. I'm very, very sorry.
No worries.
I apologize.
Virtual life. So I just want to answer your question quickly. So yes, we definitely encourage everyone to, take their own educational journey. And if that means that you want to start out doing something and then once you finish, continue on to something else, of course, we are here to help you with whatever that journey is going to be.
Okay. All right. Great. And do you think that with after doing the certificate, do you guys connect us with internships, or does that work the same with getting a certificate, or do you need to have a higher certificate, like an associate or a bachelor degree, in order to actually be connected with any companies that would actually help with internship or anything like that?
So part of the career services is that they work with you to not only prepare you for when you are no longer a student, but if you do so show interest in an internship, they work to help connect you with industry partners that may have internships, or if we don't have a connection, we help you look for outer sources that may be looking for people to intern. So yes, if you show interest in that being what you want to do, we will definitely assist you. Calvin?
Okay.
Yeah, so basically our success coach and our career counselors, they will help you if you're in a certificate program. We have our industry partners that are looking for placement for our certificate program. So all of our programs, whether or not it's a certificate, associate, or bachelor degree, you'll be working with our career specialists to place you. That could be as early as after your first semester. You could potentially have an internship opportunity or even employment opportunities, depending upon where you are. So there's no limit, you can, if you're ready and you want to get into the field early, those possibilities are available for you. And like Kyra said, you have the support and staff to, help you transition to that, to those jobs with job interview, prep. They help you with your resume. You have the career fair where we have employees, over 70 employees that specifically work with us and our graduates to place them. They come on campus and, they interview our students. So we have that capability. We have an 83% career placement. And what separates that from a lot of different colleges is that's within your program that you study. A lot of colleges will take someone getting a job in, Stop and Shop as career placement, wherein, you didn't study that, so our career placement, which is 83%, that's in the field. We have some of our programs which have higher career placements, but our job is to, our mission is to place all of our graduates, hopefully before graduation. Like some of our panelists have said, they've had job opportunities before they graduated. That's our main.
And another question, if you don't mind, are your classes done on campus or are they online? Or is it optional?
So currently we are hybrid due to the pandemic. With restrictions lifting, we will know more as we get closer to September. But right now we are hybrid, meaning for programs that do require labs, you will come on campus for some days, and then you will do most of your book work virtually with your professors through our platform that you'll have access to your grades, access to your classes, and any resources that you need to be successful in the class.
Okay, wonderful. All right. And is there any, I think you mentioned that earlier when it was about the FAFSA. I've been having some troubles with my account, and I was just wondering if there's any possibility I could connect with somebody to help me out with that.
Yeah, so depending on what the issue is, we can either connect you with financial aid, and if it is something that is more FAFSA itself specific, we can definitely connect you with studentaid.gov, I believe that's
Okay.
the site. And they will sit on the phone with you and walk you through your FAFSA until it's complete.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Thank you very much for answering my questions, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Veronica had a question too in the chat. Are there in-person tours and classes yet? So again, we are hybrid as far as class schedule. And then with the pandemic lifting, we did open up the admissions office to be available on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you schedule a time to come in, we can absolutely give you a personalized tour.
Thank you. I actually had another question. This is very niche. So the scholarship for women, is that automatically awarded to you based on the gender that you put in your application, or is there a process for that?
So the way the scholarship works is myself and Shawnee we'll give you an application. I'll send it to you virtually, and then you'll send it back. And basically the application is to help me get a better understanding of you as a person, your financial standing, your goals, just so that, you know, I understand you just a little bit better. And then from there, we'll read the application, go over it, and then look at, you know, what your need is and go from there. But yes, technically you automatically qualify because you are a woman at the school.
Okay, so we would like set up a meeting with you to talk about it?
Yeah, and then I'll just email you the application and you'll send it back to me.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was asked in the chat if you can get the scholarship and can you apply for FAFSA? Yes, so all of our scholarship recipients, we encourage them to also apply for FAFSA.
And I just wanted to say very quickly in here, I would like to give it a few just tips for everyone in the call. Be curious, be enthusiastic, follow your dreams, even though things can get challenging, but don't let that stop you and move forward and be the successful that you are already. Be successful even more today, tomorrow, and the future to come for you. The future is bright for everyone who decides to go on board the successful tribe, and I will say I'm one of them. I work for BFED. I learned from BFED. I met so many connections through BFED, and I got my job dream through BFED. I will encourage you, always ask questions and be part of that dream as well. Good luck to everyone. I had to drop. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you. Thank you. I know a few of the staff and the alumni need to go. Thank you guys for coming. I'm very passionate about women in tech, and I definitely want to see all of our women succeed at, you know, their career goals and their future. And thank you for coming. And if you have any questions, I can stick around, or you can email me directly. As I said, when you first show interest in the school, I am the first point of contact. So my email is in the chat, as well as Jackie, who is our Dean of Student Success. And yeah, feel free to reach out.
Jackie, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I just want to say thanks. What a great turnout. Thanks everyone for coming. We really look forward to you being with us. And as all the ladies have said, ask questions, be part of us. We want you here and we want to help you. And from anyone you meet, from your first person Kyra talking to anyone else here, we're here to help you. So thank you. And a special thanks to Kyra for putting this together. I feel honored to be able to be here.
Thank you for coming.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to connect with the BFIT. I'm trying to connect with the team of the BFIT that I can, because I'm looking for certain classes for my apprentice in this work. If they can join a certain class, like a lab class and contact lens lab classes, how I can connect with the BFIT to make them possible to come to the school to take those classes. Is that something BFIT offers?
Let's set up a meeting, because I think that may fall into our continuing studies or professional studies. But let's have a follow-up meeting. Kyra, we can have a follow-up.
So again, I want to thank
That
everybody
we can
for
talk
coming.
about. Yes.
And thank you to our alumni. I definitely appreciate you guys just sharing your story and, letting women who might not know about the opportunities